Yes, yes, my people. Welcome back to EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. And today I've got a special guest with me, Alfie, the classic Clegg. He is the IBO Youth World Champion. Welcome to EMGM Sports, Alfie.
Thank you very much for getting me on here. Listen, we've been going through it, trying to get on here, but we're here now. Thank you very much.
It's been crazy. It's been a roller coaster. You'll be going for a run, and I'll be like, yo, let's do the interview now. You'll be like, no, man, I'm going for a run. Then you have to go to sleep. Bruv, he's being absolutely crazy. But listen, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you so much for taking your time out, because obviously right now you're training for a fight. You've got a fight coming up this Saturday, the 28th of June. We're going to get into that as well. We're definitely going to talk about that. But before we get into that, just let the viewers know who Alfie Clegg is, how you got started into boxing, at what age. Give us a little bit of a background, some background detail into who Alfie Clegg is.
Yeah, so, I'm a professional boxer. I've had 12 professional fights now. I had about 20 amateur fights. I started boxing due to getting bullied. So that was my little shortcut to boxing. I had trouble at school. Got into boxing, completely changed my life, and I've never looked back since.
Well, how old was you when you started, sorry?
11.
Oh, 11, yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Would you like, obviously, I get a lot of people asking me, what's the best age to get into boxing and everything? Is there an age, a good age to get into boxing, or it really doesn't matter?
I don't think it matters too much. Listen, I'm running a gym out of Guildford. I'm training from as young as 4 years old. I'm training adults
Wow.
to as old as 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds. So boxing's an overall great sport for your mental health, for your fitness. If you're looking to compete, then it's a great sport to do so, because it's all on your shoulders. It's the work that you put in. But yeah, no, listen, boxing helps change lives. I say it all the time. It can help change your life. It can help get you on the right track. It can take you from a dark place to a good place. I think boxing is just such an amazing sport. It really is.
Yeah, that's good. But listen, you're what? How old are you now? You're what, 25, I believe?
25. Yeah, 25.
You've been boxing since you was 11. You know, that's a lot of dedication, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's kept you motivated throughout the years? Yeah, obviously you are you're the youth champion now.
Yeah.
But what kept you motivated? Because obviously there's a lot of temptations, there's a lot of challenges, especially when you're young, you're going through puberty and stuff like that. What kept you going, man?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I've gone off track. I've come off track. When I turned 15, I started getting in where I got bullied. So where I was out of school for so long. I spent years out of school and out of mainstream education. So got bullied, had a bit of tough times. Boxing was the only place I would go and the only place I would attend. My only friends was in the boxing. I had no friends outside of boxing, apart from computer games. So when I turned 15, yeah, I'd say about 15, and I started getting back out into normal society, going back out, seeing old friends, talking to people who are going to parties and things like that. And I finally started getting invited to parties. I went off track. So boxing was my mainstream. It kept me on track. It kept me focused. I'd come away from it. I got distracted, sort of headed around the wrong people. I started smoking, drinking, partying, done drugs. Like I'm not a saint. I've been down the wrong paths. I've done some wrong stuff. Like I've not been the best from 15 to say 19. I was on the wrong path. But boxing then come back to me. I had a few things going wrong. I lost someone close to our family, and I thought, you know what? I need to give boxing another try. And since then, I've never looked back. It took me from a dark place, being someone who I wasn't, someone who was smoking every day, someone who was overweight, to being back to the person I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be boxing. I'm meant to be inspiring others. I'm going to be helping the next generation. I'm going to be helping people better themselves. And because I've been there and done it all, I feel like I'm a good person to talk to about some of it. Some of the kids who are coming to my gym now, who are asking me for advice, who are 15, 16, who are sort of getting involved in the wrong crowds. I've been there. The people who I was entertaining back then, and being involved with back then, I no longer talk to. Like people are only there for your worst interests. You know, not everyone's your friend. People want to see you go downhill, and I went downhill for a bit, but I'm back and I've been boxing again since I've been 20. My first pro fight was 22. And it's just onwards and upwards, you know. And I feel like God given, and He's done a lot for me. And it's like boxing's completely changed my life and kept me on track for sure.
Nah, that's great, man. I think that your story is really inspirational. Do you know what I mean? Like, when the kids see someone like you, it inspires them because look, we know there's a. You're from London, isn't it?
Yeah,
Thereabouts, isn't it?
sorry, just the outskirts. Yeah, Guildford, sorry. Yes, that's just the outskirts.
Yeah, especially we know what goes on in the inner cities and with knife crime and shit like that. So hearing your story, I hope like a couple of these kids can really hear you and be inspired by it. Do you know what I mean? Because this is what boxing does, and it's not just about
100%.
fighting, it's not just about money. Boxing also builds your character as a person as well. So thanks for sharing that. I just want to go back now to the actual boxing, yeah. Well, I was trying to look like that. I don't see no amateur background, no amateur resume here. How was you had an amateur career, right?
Yeah, so I only had I boxed from about 11 to 15, like I said, amateur.
Yeah.
So I never actually had any senior fights. I never had anything like that. I had 20, probably about 23, 24 amateur fights.
Yeah.
And I had a 50-50 record. I won a couple things, won the Surrey ABAs. I never done nothing amazing in the amateurs.
Yeah.
Where I turned 15 and then started sort of come away from boxing. My last amateur fight was when I was 15. And then I never boxed
Yeah.
again until I was 22. So you can imagine that's 7 years out of the
Ah,
when I boxed again, it was as a professional. So I took a long time out of the ring, and I come back, and we sort of said, look, I'm not getting no younger now. I come back when I was 20, but COVID struck, so I spent 2 years not being able to get a fight. So my debut was when I was 22. Like I said, we've had 12 professional fights now, going into my 13th this Saturday. But the amateurs were good. I enjoyed the amateurs. I would have liked to get some senior experience, but I
yeah.
never. We sort of I'm learning on the job. Like I always say to everyone, I'm learning on the job. I've only had 20 amateur fights or so, and I'm in there. I'm competing, and I'm going to show that it's always possible. There's always a comeback story. There's always a hero, and like I said, like I'm living the dream as I speak. I've got a gym where I'm influencing and inspiring the younger generation, the older generation. I've helped change lives. I've helped people being bullied. I've helped people who have been on bad paths, dark paths, and I've helped them come back and change their lives around. So it's all good.
Nah, that's all good. That's all good to hear, man. I just want to ask you something on the amateur bit there. And I have this debate with so many fighters, so many people, friends. How important is it to have an amateur pedigree? Like, is it that vital? Because we've seen someone like a Fabio Wardley, no amateur background, but he's knocking out, he's smoking. All these guys have had an amateur background, but would you recommend, a fighter to go through the amateurs? How important is the amateurs? Would you say?
The new rules with the boxing board of control is you have to have an amateur pedigree to be able to turn professional.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to have amateur pedigree. But there's people that, like you said, that haven't. Fabio Wardley, he's an example. He comes from white collar boxing, and he's doing amazing things. Like me, I had 20 amateur fights, never had no senior fights. I've come back and I'm doing what I'm doing, so it's all possible. You can do it as long as you've got the right mindset, the right dedication. No one's better than anyone. You put the work in, you believe in yourself, get the job done, keep working hard, stay focused, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing.
Yeah, because I'm always thinking, like, you know what I mean? Like for kids, yeah, like how vital is amateurs? Because that's not, I see so many kids boxing in the amateurs, but then they don't make that transition into the pros, or they do make it, but they can't make the adjustments because of the way they fight in the amateurs. They can't kind of transition those skills into the pros. But then you see someone like Alexander Usyk, Lomachenko, these guys have done it brilliantly. Do you know what I mean? And it's worked out for them. So I'm always asking myself, how important is the amateurs, man?
No, listen, I think amateurs are very important. I think it is important. It's learning your craft, it's getting experience, learning to be confident in front of crowds. But there's a right time if you're going to go pro, you've got to start learning the adjustments. amateurs you're fighting, you could be fighting every weekend. Do you know what I mean? You could be busy. You're fast paced. You've got to realise that when you're pro, it's a complete transition. It's a slower pace. It's longer rounds. It's a completely different trade. It's rough. It's rugged. It's pushing. It's shoving. Do you know? It's a completely different transition. But you've got to have a good coach, a good team behind you that can mentor that. And they can help you transition to the pros. And I think that's the main thing, having the right team there as well.
That I think that's key. That having the right team is important. Now, I want to ask you, Alfie, what have been some of your challenges that you faced as a pro boxer? You know, because I see a lot of people, they'll see the Anthony Joshua's, they'll see Tyson Fury, they'll see this glamour life of boxers, but you know, give them the game, like at your level, at the lower levels. I'm an amateur coach. Like I coach at a gym, and I know the struggles that people go through, gyms go through to keep it open, to train these kids. Even at your level, now that you're a pro, what are the challenges that you face that you can kind of share with anyone else who's thinking of turning pro?
Listen, it's a tough game. If you're going to go pro, have a backing, have a team behind you, have the support. Start building your fan base, start building your support team now as an amateur. Start doing your social medias and start doing it, because unless you come like me, for example, I never come. My last amateur fight when I was 15, so I didn't come from winning pedigree. I'm not pedigree. I didn't come and I didn't get onto big platforms straight away. I didn't come and have a massive backing. I've had to do it the hard way, and the hard way is selling tickets. The hard way is push. Like right now, I'm selling tickets now for this fight. I'm pushing and selling tickets. You know what I mean? Like it's a hard game. So unless you've got the right team, you've got the right support, you've got a good fan base, it's going to be very, very hard for you. Because boxing is money. Every camp you do, every training session you do, every travel you do, it's all money. Nutrition, strength and conditioning, it's all money. It's hard to be able to live a normal life, doing a normal job, and boxing as a professional. It's very, very hard. So make sure you get the right footsteps, you get the right team behind you, you look for sponsors, you build a great social media. They're the key steps to going on and having a good professional career. Luckily for me, I've got an amazing sponsorship team. I've got an amazing set of sponsors. Like I said, I've got an amazing team behind me, fans behind me, and I've got my gym, which I built, and they all support me and believe in me. So I've got a good backing. I really do.
I think, I think that's so key. And one thing that you mentioned there, social media. I see so many fighters, like they want to sell tickets, but that's okay. Show me your social media. Like there's no social media presence. They don't post. Oh, I'm camera shy, mate. How can you be camera shy, but you want to make it as a professional boxer? You better cut that shit out. Do you know what I mean? Like in terms of getting sponsors, how do you go about approaching sponsors? Is it just social media, sending them a little message? How do you do? Like, just you don't have to give your secrets out. You know what I mean? But just what are some of the approaches that and methods that you use to gain sponsors?
I think be yourself. Like I started off. There was places where I go, like Alex's Cafe, for example, or Clink Up Barbershop, for example. They're people who were seeing me daily, seeing me transition from being overweight and back into the professional game. Do you know what I mean? So they see me come back through it, and they went, "Wow, look at this kid. He's come from where he was to back to now being on track, being in shape." And they sort of thought, "Oh, do you know what? Let's get behind this kid. Let's help him. Let's support him." And I think if you're doing good, and you're representing very loud and clearly, I think that sponsors wanna be a part of the process. So it's just be yourself. Explain what goes on with sponsorship. Know what goes on with sponsorship. Know how it works. And yeah, it's reaching, it's branding. I sent a lot of emails, and a lot of inboxes. I sent a lot of stuff, but there's not actually sponsors that ever come from any emails, that ever come from any inboxes. It was all sponsors that I actually met in person, spoke to in person, and just had the off conversations with, spoke to it about. They sort of question, "Oh, you got sponsors? Oh, what's this?" And then you just talk to him. You talk to him as yourself, and then you build up a relationship. That's the main thing, is being yourself, trying to do it in person, because the amount of emails I send, the amount of inboxes I sent, I never got nothing back. It was all me doing it in person and gaining a relationship with these people, you know.
Yeah, listen, like Alfie said, man, listen, be yourself, build yourself up, build relationships, and go approach people, man. Go and talk to businesses, your local businesses. You just never know. What about managers? Is it important as a boxer to have a manager, someone to
I think if you got the
help you out?
right team, you got to have the right team, manager, coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got 2 or 3 coaches. I've got a good manager. I've got Dean White backing me. I've got
I saw Dean White in your corner there. I saw Dean White.
Yeah. So Dean White's my manager. He looks after me. He does a lot of talking. He does a lot of the bigging up and the rest of it. I've got obviously my coach, Nicholas. I've got Casey. I've got a good team who believe in me, putting me on the right path, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So we're doing it at the right timing, and we're the boss of our own career. So we're taking it step by step, and we're heading towards the right goal.
That's good. Listen, I appreciate you sharing that. But listen, let's move forward now. I was watching before we came on the show. I was watching your fight, your IBO Youth World Title fight against Imani Matendo. That's saying it right, Matendo, isn't it?
That's right, Matendo. Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching that. Epic fight. Great performance, by the way, in that fight. The guy just, he didn't want to stop coming forward, man. Do you know what I mean? But talk us through that fight. How did that fight come about? How did you get that opportunity? And your performance on the night was brilliant, man.
Yeah, so that was Xavier and Dean. That was their work. They got communications with the IBO. They got communications with all that side of it. So I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but I got an email. Xavier got an email, said, "Yeah, look, we'd like Alfie to fight for the belt." And then it all got set from there. And obviously that fight was trial and tribulations. That was trial and tribulations. I chipped a bone on my ankle. I trained in a space boot. We had 2 or 3 pullouts due to visas, due to opponent issues, and then obviously due to my ankle, me doing my ankle like that. So it was all trials and tribulations. I trained for about 4 months in a space boot up on the way to that fight. I trained half my camp in a boot, bouncing round, training in pain, in excruciating pain, just because we knew that fight was coming and we couldn't miss the opportunity. It felt so good. My coach used to call it, Xavier used to call it the space boot. It's obviously it's an ankle support. It's a massive boot, so you can walk in it. But he called it the space boot. He said, "When are you going to take this space boot off?" And he just wanted me to get out of it. But it was it was trials and tribulations. It was hard work. But we come over it and we got the win. And that night, just getting that win after everything I went through in that camp was just the best feeling ever.
You're fighting again, man. You're back in the ring. Another one this Saturday, the 28th of June. You go Jonas Arestus. What? How'd you say?
Jonas Arestus. Yeah, something like that.
Jonas Arestus. Yes, I had that. Yeah. You've got him. Yeah. You're fighting him next this Saturday. That's why you've been training. You're cutting weight. Tell us more about this fight that's coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, man. So it's a great fight. He's had 4 10-round fights in a row. He's fit. He's gonna be ready. He throws a lot. He's got a high output, high work rate. It's gonna be a great fight. I think it's my toughest fight to date. He's ranked higher than me in the world rankings. He's a great opponent. So it's gonna be a good test. It's gonna be hot. It's your call. The summer's here. It's gonna be so hot. It's gonna be wicked, man. I'm looking forward to it. Again, in this camp that I've had a lot of things going on behind the scenes. A lot of things going wrong. A lot of injuries, mishaps. Unfortunately, I lost my granddad recently. Out of nowhere as well. So rest in peace to him. And
my condolences, brother. My condolences.
Thank you very much. This win on the 28th of June is going to be for him. And I'm going to get this belt in remembrance of his name, John Clegg, and we're going to get a knockout for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's get him. What title's on the line, sorry?
The Commonwealth Silver. We're fighting for the Commonwealth Silver.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have to bring that home, man. You're bringing that home.
We're going to bring it home for sure.
You're bringing that home. Okay, man. In your super flyweight or just flyweight or super flyweight?
Flyweight. I box at flyweight. My natural weight.
Flyweight.
Yeah, the flyweight.
What's that? How many kgs is that?
That is 51 kilos cut off. 50.8.
Flipping
Yeah.
hell, mate. What's your what weight do you walk around at?
Do you know what? I used to walk around just at 52. I used to walk around just
Oof.
above. Yeah, I never used to cut, so I used to always on weight. But recently,
Yeah.
I've started putting on weight to cut so I can rehydrate. This is my first proper camp where I've gone up. I was walking around at about 57, and this is the first camp where I'm sort of cutting because I put a bit of muscle on, I put a bit of size on, and I've changed my approach just to see how I feel over the rounds once I rehydrate. You know.
Mate, listen, I tell you something. Yeah, I did a bit of white collar boxing, yeah. And now when I had to cut from 82 to 70 kgs, and I look like a skeleton. Literally, I look dead.
Yeah, no,
You
it
know what I mean?
kills you.
So
It does kill you.
I
It
look
does kill you.
dead. So how you get 51? I'm like that.
I know.
That is crazy.
I know.
But you look big on fight now. You look big, man.
Yeah. No, thank you. I thank you. So this is the
Yeah.
point, and I'm actually bigger this time round. This is the biggest I've been, muscle wise. I've started doing a bit of weight, different type of conditioning. So when I rehydrate on fight night, I should be a lot stronger because everyone I've fought at flyweight, I've dropped. So now it's time to start stopping them. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like this fight Saturday, I feel like 100% we're gonna get a stoppage, God willing. But I definitely feel strong in camp and sparring. I've been sparring heavier sparring partners. I've been doing strong rounds. I've changed because of the injury. I gained in camp. Like I said, we've changed the approach on sparring, and I feel like it's gonna be a bit of dancing, but we're gonna go and have a bit of war, bit of fighting, a bit of spite. You know what I mean? A bit of spite. Everyone's used to classy Clegg, and they're gonna get that, but we're gonna have a bit of spite, and we're gonna get a strong win for sure.
Nah, that's it, man. You're definitely gonna bring it home. One thing you just mentioned, the classy Clegg. That classy, that name. When did that come about? Who named you that? Is it just yourself or your coach?
No, it was actually from one of my old coaches, Ben Hamza from Guildford. He done a paper write up for the Surrey ads, and I'd won the Surrey ABAs, I think, or something like that, or it was on a home show. I had a good win, and he put classy Clegg. Classy. I'll find the paper write up. I send it to you, but he put classy Clegg and then write up about me in there. And then since then, that was like, oh, classy Clegg. That's a name. And then it sort of stuck with me to the pros because I am classy. I like to put my hands down. I like to showboat a little bit. So it works, man. You know, it did work. Yeah.
Nah, true. I was thinking that classy name. It just fits, man. It just proper fits. Before we let you go, I just want to ask as well. I always ask everyone these. Growing up, who's your idol? Who's your hero in boxing? Do you know what I mean? Who did you look up to? Like, who did you take a bit of skill, a bit of whatever from when you was growing up?
Listen, I love Muhammad Ali. I love Floyd Mayweather. They're like my sort of favorite boxers. Obviously Muhammad Ali, the showboating, hands down. Ali Shuffle, Mayweather, the same sort of style, like as in hands down. You know, pick the shots, slow at pace, but he has the skill with it. And his arrogance is funny, isn't it? Like you can't fault him. You know what I mean? He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. But they're my main two growing up. Like I used to love Money Mayweather, love Ali, and then sort of coming up and watching Lemonchenko as well. Like I love his footwork, his style.
Oh, Loma.
But yeah, they're sort of my top three boxers, I'd say. Yeah.
Nah, listen, Alfie, we appreciate having you on the show, man. You see, you're definitely a friend of a show. Come back anytime, bro. Like anytime, you know, you got any fight, you know, EMGM Sports, we're here for you. Do you know what I mean? We will promote your fight. Do you know what I mean? We're here for you, bro. Anytime.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking your time interviewing me and getting me on it. Listen, it takes a lot of time. You're doing this. You're gonna have your time to do this sort of stuff. So I appreciate you, and it means a lot. It really does.
Anything, man. We're here for all the boxes, man. But listen, any last words, any message to your fans? You know, just let them know, man, because I'm gonna splash this. I'm gonna post this everywhere. So if you want to say anything to your fans, go ahead, bro.
Guys, thank you very, very much. As always, thank you for supporting me, believing in me. Without you guys, this would not be possible. Dreams to reality, God's plans. Keep supporting, keep sharing. Without my sponsors, without the supporters, none of this is possible. Obviously, all the hard work, all the things behind the doors, all the stuff at home that gets put in, the hard work that gets put in. Without support, without sponsors, none of it's possible. So keep supporting me, guys. I hope we're doing you proud. And thank you very, very much for the support.
Yeah, also one thing. Do you want to shout out your sponsors as well? Just give a shout out.
Massive thank you to all my sponsors. We've got 5-Star Roof Care, S. Briggs Commercial, Clean Cut Barbershop, KB Jewellery, Gallagher Brickwork, Upskill FC, Hungry Boys, Alex's Calf, Will Whitaker Plastering. Who else have we got on there? Joe Bell Cleaning Services. I think I said S. Briggs Commercial. So I think I just covered all of them. But yeah, I've got amazing 10 sponsors. They are literally helping me live this life as a boxer. And guys, keep doing what you're doing. Keep supporting me. It means the world to me. Dreams to reality. Thanks to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Alfie. Listen, man, shout out to all the sponsors, everyone that sponsors Alfie. We really appreciate that. With our sponsors, listen, man, a lot of the fighters just won't be able to do what they love. Do you know what I mean? So shout out to everyone. Once again, my people, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. Please don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because that's how you're going to help the channel to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you soon again, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace.